It's like God always provides, right?
I'm a lion.
Can you roar?
Roar.
Oh my God. Hi everyone, welcome to Cold Castle Podcast. Here we are, episode 11. Thank you so much for the ongoing support and everything everyone has shared with me, all the outreach and all of that. So I'm really, really thankful for everyone. Today we have a very special guest. We have Kervin Valdez, CEO and owner, or as he says, the visionary of Town Livery, Inc., which is located in the city of Lawrence. Town Livery provides services for luxury transportation as well as, any other, right? What else?
Shuttles, money transfers,
nice.
party buses, SUVs.
Yeah.
It's a very versatile fleet.
Very versatile. And you also do, if anyone needs anything, you do that as well, right?
Yeah, we consider ourselves the mobile concierge.
Oh, okay. Nice. And you typically just do work here in the city of Lawrence, Methuen, Andover, or do you go...
Oh no, our headquarters is in Lawrence, Mass, but we're a global-based company.
Global-based company. So I invited Kervin today because I felt like we needed some kind of male energy. I really want to make sure that we can be an example for our youth, especially our male youth, who for the most part can really use some motivation. And I did reach out to him, and he was very I'm very thankful for him to be, for being here and all of that. So, yeah, let's get started. So, how long have you been in business?
In business since 2013. We're working on our 12th year now.
12 year.
Yeah.
And how did this business come about? Where did you think about it? What did you get, the inspiration to do it?
That's a good question. Jesus. Diving in already. I didn't get any idea. I wasn't trying to open up a business. I was really not looking at business. I was trying to be a good provider just because I was just becoming a father. So I put my mindset into determining to opening up my own business and wanting to be a better father. So making sure that I was successful, I had to kind of lock in, focus, and be determined to win on whatever dream I wanted to focus on. And back then it was, I was being driven around in the Dominican Republic, and it felt super awesome. So I wanted to bring the same concept over here. It's in our culture, it's in our blood, but I wanted to add some touch, some luxury, some quality, and character to it. But at the same time, I had to make sure that it made number sense and it was going to sustain. The real mission was being a responsible father and provider. So
a provider. All
so
right.
It turned into a mission, and we're going on our 12th year.
Oh, look at that. Can you
scaling.
kind of share how you started? Did you have to knock on doors? Did you reach out to people? Did you go through your network and kind of say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Can you support me? Was there someone that was guiding you? No.
I identified my demographic, and I kind of knew the direction I wanted to take this company and who was going to be my customer. So I knew whose hand I had to shake and what door I needed to knock.
Okay.
I didn't go the traditional, hey, let me spend some money on Google and see what I can get out of it.
But that was a different time compared to now. Now,
for sure.
Something like that is probably beneficial, right?
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Back
no
in
offense,
20...
but back then, it was, you got to think about back then, that's when Uber came into the industry and did some real damage to the chauffeur limousine business. So you really had to apply character and be out there and shake hands and show face and keep the integrity to the industry so it doesn't go any other direction. So it was a challenging start. But
were you making it by? Did you have to struggle for a couple of months, or how did that go about? Did you have to have discipline? How did that go about?
Well, nothing good comes easy. So
all right.
Struggle had to be a part of the plan. Now, is that what you want to interfere with? Not at all, but you have to kind of know how to work in the process and how to work the obstacle when you feel you're under pressure or you're struggling. Struggle doesn't mean that you got to give up on it just because it's challenging. No, challenges are good.
Yeah.
And that's what I realized in my struggle.
What did you learn from that struggle in the beginning? Did you make any mistakes that kind of, set you in?
At first I wanted to do it all, and I was playing every role. Building a business, you want to be the marketing director, you want to be the admin, you want to be the publicist, you want to be the ambassador, you want to be the CEO, you want to be the chauffeur, you want to be the detail guy, and you want to be the mechanic, and you can't play every role. So you have to learn how to delegate, and that's something that I had to learn and process because
do you feel like today you are good at delegating? Absolutely. Or are you still having issues with letting go of some of the responsibilities?
Letting go is challenging, but when you feel you have trusted professionals within your team that are valuing and placing the importance to this platform at the forefront to their mission, it allows me to kind of open up and hand it over versus trying to hold it back. Yeah. So
there is something about you. So Kervin, back in the pandemic, became very famous in the area. He did a lot of food pantries. You were going around food drives. You were going around turkey drives, making sure that people had, the food that they needed. No one was going hungry, which is admirable of you. But I did learn that during that time, you were also struggling. And I kind of want you to talk about that. Were you struggling during that time, and how did that come about?
Oh, yeah, that was the darkest times in my lives. I made probably many lives. I was just getting ready to take off with my business. This was maybe the 5th, 6th, 7th year already, and just scored a major account, just invested in another vehicle, and boom, pandemic hits.
Everything closed down.
Everything closes down. Minutes into it, I'm already receiving emails on losing tens of thousands of dollars in contracts. And I had just finished investing my last dollars into my last piece of equipment to help me scale and take this company to the next level. And I had no control, obviously, and it was happening all around me. So I kind of realized, wait, hold on, this ain't about me anymore. I kind of got to see what I can do, or who I can help, or who needs the help. And back when it first started, our office is right on Island Street. So Lawrence General Hospital is literally right outside our window. And at the time, I had a publicist. He was right next to my cubicle. His name is Tomas, and we were kind of going back and forth. Hey, what can we do? Yeah, man, let's worry about the doctors.
Were you looking for something to do, or were you looking for a way to make money, or were you looking for a way to help people?
No, it was all about helping the people. Okay. Because the world was not just crashing for me, it was crashing for everybody.
Yeah.
So right now, the people in power were those essential workers, like the doctors. That the hospitals were overflooded with people, and we just wanted to help. So what we did, I called the local pizza shop. It's like, hey, can we get 150 boxes of pizzas? How many doctors? Oh, there's 662. Okay, we had 150 boxes of pizzas. I was like, where are we gonna fit them? Let me call the police department. Oh, can you send us a couple cruisers? Let's meet us at Manos, and we gotta escort these pizzas. Sure, no problem, Kervin. All right, we'll be here.
Manos Pizza, Methuen.
Manos Pizza.
So fun fact, Manos Pizza is located on 5 Haverhill Street. Their number is 978-975-3939. Don't ask me how I know. I have a memory of gold. Anyways, so you got to Manos, you asked cruisers to come, and where did you bring those pizzas?
We went right to the emergency room.
To the emergency room. So for their employees, as well as
all the doctors, the employees, everyone in the building, pretty much, that were taking care of the people.
Okay.
So from there it took on. From there, it wasn't just that day. You understood that there was crisis happening everywhere, and food insecurity was an issue. So
how did you scale from that initial, initiative? Like, let me do this with the emergency room, with the police officer. Where did it go from there, and how did you continue?
it was all about relationships for me.
Relationships, okay.
That's all I had. As the world was crumbling, finances was crumbling, everything around me was shutting down. There was no movement but the human body and the power of relationship, not finances. So what I did was I reached out to my network. Hey, what do you have going on your side?
What are you guys doing? Are we being creative? Yeah.
Oh, hey, you got a drive going on in New Jersey, man. What can I do to get a truck over here on my side? My community needs it.
Needs it.
And that was how it took off.
Will you say your network is your net worth?
Absolutely.
When it comes to business?
Absolutely.
All right. So during this whole time, you're doing amazing things. You're looking out for the community. You're working with other people. You're using your network. You're reaching out. But you were going under. Is that correct?
100%.
100%. How did you overcome that?
Oof.
And how bad was it? Because I want to know how bad was I'm going under and.
I never experienced failure.
Wow.
I learned what failures were when I had no control over it, but have to learn from it. So for me, knowing that I didn't have control, I didn't have nothing to blame, no one to blame. You didn't know what to blame yet because people didn't know how to identify it yet. But I just had to keep it together. How did I have to keep it together? Because I had a mouth to feed.
Fake it till you make it.
That's it. So at the end of the day, you could not show your emotions when you're in business. You can't show any of that. You can't show that you're struggling. You can't show that your company's
going under,
tippy toes of going under.
How come? Why can you be vulnerable in business like that?
Because it's none of their business.
Oh.
It's none of their business. You got a character and a brand to represent for, so you can't defame your brand because you're on your edge. When you're on edge, man, you got to buckle up.
You got to buckle up.
So for me, I was standing behind it because it's the only thing I relied on.
But isn't that a little too much pressure?
Pressure's good sometimes.
Yeah. How did you handle that pressure?
I kept the faith. And I started helping people. Helping people kept me positive and kept me optimistic as to it was only a matter of time till the world opened up.
Yeah.
And that's how I kept it together day after day. There was no financial help, no way to ask for financial help when, everyone was struggling. Everyone had to keep it together or hold it together. Nobody's going to take the risk at the time.
Yeah. And
for me, I wasn't going to put myself in those type of positions when it was so uncertain. You couldn't really. But
wouldn't you think that during the pandemic, it was okay to be vulnerable in that state, to say, I need the help, I need the support, anyone can help me, or, that sort of thing?
I was with my inner circle.
The inner circle, okay.
Absolutely. But that's how I kind of kept it together. And it helped me.
Okay.
It helped me just because I was able to protect it. And I was able to not show the world the pain and the struggle that was happening behind the scene, but knowing that we were going to survive if we kept the faith. And I kept it together. And that's kind of how I drove through it.
That's good. I'm glad that you were able to overcome that and you saw possibilities of going through this, through your network and reaching out to people. It is okay to ask for help, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, you don't know who your strong support system is until you put them to the test, and you put them through the test in a time of need. In a time of need, if you don't know how to respond or ready to respond, you start questioning.
Okay.
Because you feel like you're being questioned. And when you have something so valuable or you care so much about it and you're passionate about it and you build the passion for it because you're so determined to win, you really want to make sure that you're sharing this pain with those that are really listening. And if you're just there and you're not listening, you're really just giving it away. And they avoided the pain and they didn't care for the pain. And for me, that was super important.
Have you ever heard the term of people that are in business, they sell their soul to the devil? Is that a thing? Or is that...
I don't want to say it's a thing, but I definitely can identify the body language in that character.
Okay. What do you mean by that character? You have come across people who are thinking in that way of like, you know, I'm in this level, I'm making this amount of money, I just don't care for anyone. Or like, how can you identify that in someone?
Well, you got to understand, I mean, when you're in spaces and in rooms where you feel you're identifying success, that don't mean that you're confident. When you can walk into a room confidently, but you're still in process of success, you can sense insecurity. And when you sense that, you feel like you're winning. Okay. Because no matter what you have or what you've achieved, you know that next one is coming. So when you can identify that, really, it's not, I think it's more of an ego thing.
An ego thing. It's not so much like, I sold my... There's no such thing as like Illuminati or anything.
No. It's not about what you have, how many you have. It's really, if you can't sustain it, then you know, you're at risk.
Yeah. So I think what you're saying is it comes with experience, right? Like you go into a room where there's people who are not as successful, or maybe they don't have as much experience as you do, right? But then you feel like, wow, these people are just getting started. They really don't know the capacity or like where they can go. Is that what you're trying to say, or?
Well, before you walk in the room, you got to know what you're walking in the room for. So when I walk in the room, I do my homework. I want to make sure I'm walking in the right room, and I know I'm like RoboCop. I'm already identifying and
who the people
who they are,
and
who
everything.
I need to target, who I want to target, what conversations I need to open up, and I take it from there. I don't waste time.
You don't waste time.
I don't
you go
waste
straight
time.
for it.
I'm determined, and I have been since 2013.
You've never been afraid to talk to anyone?
No.
How come?
Because you're letting go of an opportunity. If you know that's your time and you feel it in your gut, then you take action.
Follow it.
If you don't take action, it's gonna hurt you more on the regret. And I've learned that.
You think the failure of a lot of businesses is because of that? Because they don't really believe in themselves? Does that have to do with attitude? Or is it the wrong time, wrong place? What is your thought process on that?
I feel in growing my own business, if you don't keep the character, if you don't keep the same drive as you did from day one and you're getting comfortable, it can jeopardize your operation. And just because now you're relying on others, but they're not going to put in the same level of commitment and determination that you are and you have. So
you got to stay consistent.
You have to stay consistent, and you got to be involved, no matter how you see it.
Okay, so discipline plays a big part.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, jumping from that of, you know, what it takes to, you know, to be successful and all of that, I kind of want to talk a little bit about your business when it comes to marketing. You're very particular about the way that you show the world the work that you do and how you get, you know, new people to come and trust you and that sort of thing. How important is marketing in a business?
Marketing is key.
Key. Okay.
I think marketing is the forefront of your brand. If you're not relevant or adapted to the way the world is moving, then you're just going to be added to the pile of the hundreds of other business in the same industry as you. You want to stand out. And you want to stand out as soon as you pop out or as soon as you open up. You want to make sure that you're already either setting the trend or moving ahead.
Do you think I often have conversations with other entrepreneurs where they say like, yeah, I kind of want to do this time, and it's like, you know, in the moment type of thing. Do you think that every company should have a marketing budget?
100%.
100%.
100%.
And how do you invest your marketing?
We have a budget, but at the same time, it's not. Wait, this is a tricky question.
Take a sip.
I'll take a sip.
Cheers. Cheers. Ice. I'll edit this part out.
Listen, here's the thing.
All right.
Not every business has the right budget. Not every business has a budget. Not every business has the same mission. Not every business prioritizes marketing.
Okay.
In my brand, I feel I'm marketing. I feel I'm the face to marketing. So marketing to us being such a personalized, trusted brand, it's not about putting in what the equipment is doing. It's more what's happening logistically behind the scenes. So it's very strategic. It's not traditional.
Okay.
So there's more manpower involved to create the marketing versus just putting out templates of packages and scenarios like that. We don't sell packages.
No.
When you're a quality-based company, you're not selling what's on sale.
You're not really talking about your services. You're really
no.
talking about the experience.
Correct.
What is the name of your experience?
Our slogan to our company is the Livy Experience. And Livy for our 13-year-old boss, who's my daughter, who's the mission and vision behind this whole brand. And the experience is obviously when you get in the backseat of our cars, from the professionalism to the equipment to the detailed attention, and the whole entire journey in the experience is what sets us apart. It's not having luxury cars. No, it's the attention to detail throughout the entire process.
So, as I mentioned, I really wanted you to come here and sort of talk to the youth in our community who at times they lack a little bit of that motivation to say, I want to get started on something, or I can really get this done, or whatever the reason. Do you have like any key things that you've learned through your journey that you feel like will be helpful to our youth?
Absolutely. I say, don't be afraid of your dreams, but at the same time, while you're dreaming, I think you should really value them and take off with them versus just talking about them.
Like commit to them.
Absolutely. Commit to them and really
do what you say you're going to do.
Correct. Share them with those that you know are going to compliment and push what you're about to express, because it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
That's what dreams are about. There's no other way to create whatever it is that you're trying to manifest if you don't dream about it. But if you don't execute on your dreams, it's just going to turn into that. Just dream, and it'll turn into a cloud, and that cloud, you're going to forget about it.
You know, ever since I decided to do my own thing, I used to often back in the day, I say, I really want to do this, or I really want to do that, but I never took action on it because I was just so afraid. I think I lacked, the confidence and the support to be able to take off, to do my own thing. And I've noticed that when you do take that chance, right, and you put your confidence in it, and you actually put the time and the discipline in it, it makes a big difference. It actually becomes a reality. So no dream is like too small. I don't want to sound cliche, but it really is not so small. But, with that being said, there are two things that you need, right? Confidence and discipline. What do you think is more important when you're getting started?
Discipline.
Discipline. Why?
100%. Because if you ain't giving it your all, you're going to create something that it's not going to mean nothing. And if you're disciplined about it, the mission is intentional, and the bigger picture to that is where you can become and who you can become.
Yeah.
And it's not what you can become financially, it's who you can become as an individual.
Yeah. I think removing the financial part of it from the business is key too.
Absolutely.
Like you really have to be driven and you have to be passionate about that thing that you're doing, right? It's not so much about like the gains. I mean, eventually it comes with it, right? But I think, like you said in the beginning, discipline and being passionate is key, right?
Well, for me, that's kind of what I said at first. I don't see this as, I'm not an entrepreneur, I'm a provider.
All right.
Whatever I put my heart and desires to, I know it's going to come. So I can create a business plan to whatever vision I'm under or I'm after, but it's never going to go as planned. And the numbers are always going to keep either multiplying or reducing because the world is always evolving.
Yeah. So when does confidence come into play? So in the beginning, you said the beginning stages, the discipline part is important. What about the confidence part? What does that come into play?
The confidence has to be just as important as the discipline, but the confidence comes, the energy and the drive from that, for me, comes from the support system that surrounds me. Okay. I only build more drive knowing that I have believers around me pushing it as well. But at the same time, I'm not trying to get validation. So confidence is also built for me as I execute on what I'm trying to do, but at the same time, I'm seeing the result. So I wasn't wrong about what I was trying to achieve because I just achieved it and I didn't get rejected. So for me, it's like, I got this. Yes. I'm solid. Like, yeah, I understand. So my confidence is boosting. It's not ego, it's confidence.
It's confidence.
So when you keep walking into these rooms and you're achieving what you're already manifesting, that's boosting your confidence because now you know you can convince confidently and not have to feel like you have to convince because they don't know about you. You're a reputable
So it's like a work in progress.
Absolutely.
Type of thing.
Absolutely.
Like as you achieve certain things, the more you grow, the more confident you become.
And you only need to do it once.
Okay.
If you can convince if you can convince that one body, you can convince anybody. Because you just need that one approval. That's how it happened to me. That's how my company took off.
You just needed one contract, right?
No, it wasn't even a contract. I just needed him to give me that one chance. And that one chance was my first billionaire account.
Wow.
And
from there, it's just like, I'm walking into any door. Everyone's gonna, I guess who knows, but everyone's gonna say yeah, right?
If global leaders are giving me the recognition and support, I can convince the world. And that's how I took off. I didn't need anyone else but to do my job that one day. And that one day has brought me into many spaces that are pretty unrealistic. And to me, you damn right we did it, but I want more. Because it's not for me, I want to keep creating opportunity. And
how do you keep that drive? Like, how do you keep yourself for like wanting more? Like, when do you know you've reached your cap? Like, how do you keep yourself motivated to just keep, going for more? Is it something within you? Like, what is it?
I'm a people person and I love to see people smile. I love to see fulfillment. I love to experience knowing that we're making a change through our work, through what we love to do. Not because of what the money that we're making, but because we love what we're doing. And being able to be in spaces that I'm able to keep opening up those doors where they can build passion, they can build leadership, they can build compassion within their workspace. I feel it turns them into a better person, but also a great professional. And I think for me, that's what a provider defines. It's not about the money you can produce or what business you sold for how much. It's about who you become and what you can do with who you become and how you can pay it forward by passing it on to the next one. And that makes not just you a better person, but the whole neighborhood around you. And that's why I do what I do. Has nothing to do with money. I'm confident and secure that the money's going to come because I'm not stopping.
It's like God always provides, right?
I'm a lion.
Can you roar?
Roar.
Oh my God. That's a cut right there. But, you know, as I mentioned, I think you're a great example to our youth.
Thank you.
Appreciate we lack a lot of, you know, motivation within our teenage boys, unfortunately, within our community. And I think that you're like a great example. And I want to invite anyone who's watching this to please invite Kervin for any, you know, opportunity to speak to the kids, to speak at any event or any, open concept to kind of motivate people, because you have a story to tell. You're living it. You went through it. You went through your lows. You went through your highs. And I think that's very important. So I want to thank you so much for being here today. You want to give your socials or like can they reach out to you? Go ahead.
Of course. Website, townliverylimousine.com.
Okay.
IG, official Town Live. My personal is Kervin_Valdez. And we're always on social media. Find us on social media for sure.
Yeah, you should definitely follow him. He's a movement for sure.
Super active. Thanks for the support. Again, thanks for inviting us. You have a great platform. I think is important.
Thank you. Getting started. We're getting there.
Taking off. That's it. Amen.
Well, please like, subscribe, comment, share, reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.